Introduction to oil and gas. What would the life be without petroleum? And where would we be without it? To power our world, we are very reliant on two important natural resources, oil and gas. Petroleum is not just about fuel of our cars, trucks, and aeroplanes. It is about so many other things that we rely on day to day and rarely stop to think about what they are made of. The word petroleum has its origin in Greek words, petro for rock and oleum for oil. Crude oil is a naturally occurring, flammable liquid, generally less dense than water, with the characteristic smelling, which can range in color from clear through green, amber, brown to black. Another way to describe oil and gas is hydrocarbons, because they are made up of two elements, hydrogen and carbon. In the refining process, as seen in the last lesson, downstream, crude oil is refined to produce different petroleum products, from natural gas to petrol, gasoline, and kerosene to asphalt and chemical reagents used to make plastics and pharmaceuticals. History of petroleum. First use. Crude oil that had bubbled to the surface was used by the ancient people of the Middle East. The Babylonians, modern-day Iraqis, used oil to waterproof their boots and as a mortar in building construction. The Egyptians also used oil in the preparation of mummies to help preserve corpses and for embalming. The walls of Babylon and the famed pyramids were held together with it. About 2,000 years ago, the Chinese used oil and natural gas for heat and light. Ancient Persians, 10th century, Samaritans, and pre-Columbian Indians all believed that crude oil had medical benefits. In 1939, Marco Polo found it used in the Caspian Sea region to treat camels for mange. And the first oil exported from Venezuela in 1539 was intended as a gold treatment for the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V. A petroleum technology text published in 1901 states that it is an undisputed fact at the present time that petroleum is an excellent remedy for diphtheria, according to Paddy 1957. Pioneers who settled in American West dug wells to find water or brine, a source of salts, and they were disappointed when they struck oil. Birth of the modern industry. The modern oil industry was born in the mid-19th century with the discovery of the world's first commercially viable oil well in the USA. It came at a time when emerging technology created new products from oil. One product, kerosene, became popular as cheap, clean fuel for lighting homes. The kerosene lamp, invented in 1854, ultimately created the first large-scale demand for petroleum. Kerosene was first made from coal, but by the late 1880s, most was derived from crude oil. In 1859, at Titusville, Pennsylvania, Colonel Edwin Drake drilled the first successful well through rock and produced crude oil. 1950s technology. The 1950s saw significant developments, especially in the Gulf of Mexico. Mobile offshore drilling units began to work in water depths of up to 200 feet. Technological developments continued, especially in respect to drill bits and cements. 1960s. Some significant achievements and events happened during the 1960s, including the first multi-perform complex in the US Gulf and offshore diving depths reaching 600 feet in 1967. During the 1960s, oil was used to satisfy the ever-increasing market for plastics. Technology of 1970s. Technological developments continued at an increased rate, and exploration drilling became much more scientific. Technological advances were being made across the exploration and production fields, from bits, drilling fluids, casing, cementing, and BOP equipment to MWD tools. All these developments simply fueled the rate of exploration. The rapid development of drilling to deeper depths in deeper water and different geographical areas has resulted in an increased risk of blowouts. How are the oil and gas formed? Well, we will discuss about this topic in the next video. Thank you for watching, and for you not to miss our next videos, please subscribe to the channel.